Ladies and gentlemen, we are live in Arlington, Tennessee at Arlington High School on Arlington Tigers homecoming matchup. Tonight is going to be a fantastic game. The Overton Wolverines coming to town. Luke, I'm pumped. How are you feeling?
Feeling great. The Overton Wolverines have had an impressive season so far, going 2-1. They first faced off against the Whitehaven, losing 48-0. It was a big loss, but they regained their heads. They made a new game plan, and they had a big win against Tipton Rosemark Academy, 26-21. They then went on the road last week against the Brighton Cardinals and won 26-14.
Yeah, and obviously Overton is in a lesser region, but still, a 2-1 record for anybody is pretty solid, so I'm happy about that. We've got a good opponent coming into town today. Arlington Tigers are 1-2. Their first game didn't really go as planned. That was a 35-0 blowout loss to the Owls there. We really thought they were going to come in hot, but instead, the Owls decided that they wanted to show what they had game one. Then we played East. East was a solid game on the other hand. 48-12 was the outcome there. They showed what they could do there. 48 points in the first half was what they put up. They stayed there the whole game, but still a solid showing there for the Tigers. And last week, Bartlett Panthers, rivalry of the year for the Tigers. That didn't go as planned. 30-point loss, but still, we're able to see guys like Gabriel Torres and even Grant Buchanan have moments where they shine. So we're looking forward to see what they got tonight. But there were some key players. Who were your key players for tonight's game?
I think Jackson Hare is going to be a big, impactful player tonight. He plays on both sides of the ball. Last week he was injured, but he'll be back for the matchup tonight. When Jackson was not present, Kyla Spears and Evan Ola stepped up big, but hopefully Jackson can step up big tonight. He had 5 tackles against Bartlett, so hopefully he can be a big key player on defense again tonight.
Yeah, and another dynamic player on offense, as I already mentioned, is going to be Gabriel Torres. He is a Swiss Army knife for this team. He plays in the secondary, but also on the offensive end, where he really shines is special teams. I would be very shocked if they even tried to kick it to him tonight, so we'll see what he's got. But if you put him in space on the offensive end, he's going to get things done. He runs a 10.77 last year in his 100-meter dash, so he's a solid guy. He's going to get anything done if you put him in space. I'm glad Coach Miller utilized that the past 2 games, so look forward to see that tonight. Last year, the homecoming matchup did not go as planned for the Tigers.
We lost to Cordova 46-38 in a crazy game. We were predicted to win this game, but we did not. It was a heartbreaking game.
Yeah, everybody was counting the Wolves out of that one, and they showed us wrong. They're 38-38. Cordova is tied with us. We kick a field goal to try to take the lead. They block it. The Tigers are all confused, and they return it for a touchdown. Who knows what happened there? They were ultimately able to win the game. Arlington got in the red zone, yet was unable to get a first down conversion. That's what led us there. New year, new era for the Tigers. Coach Tommy Miller is in town. Who do you think is going to win this homecoming matchup?
I think this homecoming matchup is going to be way different. I think Arlington's going to come out on top, but not by much. I think the Overton Wolverines will trail the whole game very closely. If Arlington does not establish momentum early, then this game could be an L.
Yeah, it's hard to say we have faith in the Tigers because they haven't really given us anything to show for it. So I really expect this to be, like Luke, a close game. I honestly wouldn't even be surprised if the Wolverines came out and took the lead early, but I think the third and fourth quarter changes and substitutions that they make will ultimately put the Tigers on top. Well, that's going to do it here. We will see you back in the booth in a minute. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Arlington Tiger football. Last time we were with you, it was late in August, but we are back. We've got Overton coming in town for the homecoming matchup. Luke, how you feeling? You ready for the game?
I'm feeling great. I hope Arlington pulls this one off.
Yeah, same here. I'm pumped for this game. But Arlington and Overton have a little bit of history. Luke, you got some more on that.
They do, in fact. Arlington is 6-1 against the Overton Wolverines. Hopefully we can make this 7-1 tonight. Overton is looking to have a good season so far. They've had some good wins. They had one big loss against Whitehaven, but Whitehaven's a good and big team. and Arlington hopefully can beat them.
Yeah, for sure. They're in Region 5A, Section 8. So obviously they're, the teams that they play are not as talented compared to our region. They've got Southwind, Central, Brighton, Kingsbury, Dyer County, and Mumford. They're honestly looking for a playoff spot in their own region, so that's pretty cool for them. This is definitely a pride game for them right here tonight.
It is. Overton is 1-0 in their district. They have beat Brighton in their district. It was a good win, 26-14.
Yeah, for sure. And as you're seeing right now, both teams are making their way on the field. We've got 7 minutes till kickoff, but you've got these captains. You've got Jackson Hare, Carter Wood, Clark Cocoft, and Jordan Batts leading the way. These guys are mostly on defense. These are impact seniors. These guys have grown up in the Arlington program, obviously besides for Cocoft. He transferred in here from Bolton, but everybody else has been homegrown. They're ready to make their impact on tonight's game. And really, as we talked about earlier, when they played the Wolves last year, it was like everybody was talking throughout the week, this is going to be a win. This is one of our automatic wins. But even there, we saw it come down to the wire in a close matchup. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw it again tonight.
Yeah, Overton has proved that they are no cupcake game. A lot of people write them off as that, but they are not. They have had some good, solid wins so far this season. Yeah,
definitely. And you would think for a team like this, not having many big players, but on the other hand, they've got some impact guys, even a defensive lineman, 6'5", as tall as my partner McBride here, 6'5", but he's got about 100 pounds on you, doesn't he?
Yeah, they have some big players.
Yeah, definitely. He stands at 275. We'll see his impact tonight. But this game really, as I said before, Arlington needs this one bad. This would put them at 500. Looking to be, honestly, about 500. I think that would be a realistic expectation. Once we get down to the winter, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we get there, but this game definitely needs to be won if that's going to happen.
Yeah. Arlington needs to prove that they can win against teams that actually have wins on their record. A team like East basically loses to everybody. But Overton is 2-1, so this would be a big win to Arlington. Prove to everybody that they are still a solid team, that they can still have a successful season. This win would be huge for the Tigers.
Yeah, definitely. And some impact players in this game last year that played were Damian Mitchell, over 100 all-purpose yards last year against Arlington, and Chris Dennis. Against us, he had 7.4 yards per carry. Over an 1,000-yard rusher last season with 10 touchdowns. Against Arlington specifically, 140 and 1 touchdown. So not having him for the Wolverines is definitely going to impact them tonight.
It is. Even though they had some big losses, Overton has had some players step up this season. Young guys that grew up in the Overton system, as their coach talked about. We had a chance to interview him. He's very excited for this matchup tonight. He thinks it's going to be a great game. He said it's going to be a toss-up game. It could go either way. He's ready for this atmosphere at Arlington. He thinks it's going to be a playoff atmosphere. A lot of his guys have never seen a crowd this big, he said, and he's just ready for that.
Yeah, and he's a guy that preaches family. I know we're kind of giving you a preview of the coach's interview, but he just wants a unit. He wants players that rely on their coach to be a good guy, keep them glued together. And I think that's really admirable of any coach, seeing him focus on the family aspect. He talked a lot about how they're young men, right, how they need to be grown and inspired to be young men. And obviously, as we've seen in the things in Memphis, that is definitely something that we need to hit on.
Yeah, he tries to connect with his guys on a personal level, which what I love. He said that he tries to get to know his guys as well as he can. He tries to remember at least 2 to 3 things about them, something that he tries to help them out every day during school. They can always come to him, he said. So, great guy.
Yeah, definitely. Let's look at last year's matchup between Arlington and Overton. It was relatively a close game until the last 2 minutes of the first half. Carter Wood had the best tackle of the season, resulting in a fumble returned by Gabriel Torres for a touchdown, and then another one was scored by Elvis at the end of that half. He is now playing in Mississippi at a community college, so he's gone. But John Davis last year was the key player for this team. 106 yards, 15 yards per carry, and 1 touchdown. Not having him, having the most impact player from this last year's Tiger team on the field this season, that's going to hurt them. But ultimately, the Tigers came away with a 38-12 win.
Yeah. John Davis is a huge loss. He was by far Arlington's best player last season. Had a huge season, a lot of yards, a lot of touchdowns. And so let's hope a lot of our impact players can make up for his loss.
Yeah, definitely. Arlington comes in being ranked 202nd in the state. Their beginning season ranking was 63rd, so there's some drop-off there. They look to get some improvement here in order to boost that record in the state. Overton, on the other hand, coming in at 192nd. So when you look at it, they're rated higher than Arlington is. That's something that's very interesting, obviously, for a team that's in 6A and not 5A. So we'll see what they got tonight, but overall, Max Preps thinks they're better than us.
Yeah. Arlington definitely has a higher strength of schedule, but Overton has had more wins and bigger wins, in fact. So, yeah.
Yeah, we had 3 minutes on the clock, but it looks like the Tigers and the Wolverines are coming down to the wire here to start this matchup. The Tigers will get the ball first. Jeffrey Carter and Gabriel Torres back to return, both very dynamic ball handlers when it comes to the special teams. So here we go. We're pumped for this matchup. Again, if you just joined us, last year's homecoming matchup did not go as planned for the Tigers. The Cordova Wolves came in and got their only win in district play last year, coming in and beating the Tigers on their home turf by 8 points. So we'll see what they got here. The Tigers are hungry. The Tigers are ready to face this Wolverines team.
Hopefully Arlington can establish momentum early. That's something they need, and that's something that has helped them win in past games. If they establish momentum early, especially on the offensive side of the ball, then I think this will be a great game.
And we are underway. Torres fumbles the ball, but he's got it anyways. He runs past the 25. He's got some momentum after last game, trucking through some players. He's going to end up at the 33-yard line to set up shop for the Tigers with relatively good field position.
Even though he fumbled that ball, he turned it into a decent run, getting about to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, as we said earlier, watch for Torres. He has this shin issue that is really hurting him sometimes. So if he gets any impact on that shin, he's going to come out for a couple minutes. But if he gets in space, then he's a very electric player.
Yeah, we need Torres to stay in this game. He's a guy that makes big plays, puts Arlington in the game, gets Arlington on the scoreboard.
Buchanan over the middle. That's going to be caught by Jeffrey McCarter. A completed pass there to start the game for the Tigers, setting up shop for 2nd and 1.
That is a very good sign. That's something Arlington has struggled to do this season is set up a good pass game. Grant
with Jackson Hare beside him. That's Torres. They're going to get him involved early. He goes around the defense. Looks like he can break away. Torres is going to get on the board first for the Tigers. That's going to be a 60-yard touchdown run for Gabriel Torres, my impact key player to start the game, and he's on the board early.
That is a huge play. Like we said, Gabriel Torres is going to be one of our most impactful guys tonight. That is the way that Arlington needs to start off, the momentum that we need to come out on top in this ball game.
Yeah, and we talked about how you got to get him in space, and what do the Tigers do? Throw it to him in space on a right-hand screen pass. He goes all the way down the field with that speed that he likes to exploit.
Yeah, he goes out on the outside and completely beats the Overton defenders.
We have a fake kick there. It may have not been fake. It was just a high snap, so they had to improvise. Pass is incomplete to Beckham Dees there on the goal line. That's going to give Arlington the lead at 6-0.
Yeah, unsuccessful going for 2.
Yeah, and it's kind of sad here from the booth is we have about half of our student section is normal. For a touchdown like that, you would hope that more people would be out here to see this. Grant Buchanan's stat line right now is looking special, better than any game so far. That's going to look really good on his resume.
It will. Hopefully we can make more big plays like that, and hopefully our defense can come out with momentum building off of what the offense started.
Even though the Tigers get out to an early score, do not overestimate or underestimate this Overton High School team. They usually average about 17 points a game, and those have come in close wins. So they are used to these close games. So we'll see what they've got here as they set up shop for their first possession.
Yeah. 2 of their big key players on the offensive side of the ball is their quarterback, Quatavius Gatewood, and their running back, Cordell Bailey.
That's going to be a run picked up at the 5-yard line. He's going to get past defenders, make it past the 25-yard line, tackled by 3 Arlington guys on the 35. That's going to be number 11, Gary Greer, one of the impact players as a sophomore for this Wolverines team.
Yeah, that's what Overton has talked about. Their young players making big plays, showing what they're made of.
And we've got quarterback Quatavius Gatewood, a very high impact senior here, Coach really talked about him highly, Coach Preston Harris. He was really pumped that he is back for another season under center, and he looks like he's ready to roll.
Yeah, he's a big guy coming at 6'2", 175. He can look over the line, and he can see downfield, make some big plays.
And on the secondary side, Mikhail McNeil is back there. Thought Dermot Greene would take his spot in the secondary, but Coach decided that he can come out and improve this game. So Mikhail McNeil is back in the secondary for the Tigers. One running back set for the Wolverines. That's going to be a false start. They're back to the 29-yard line. Let's see what they've got here on this first down. They hand it off. They're going to bump it outside. Counter play. That's going to be number 3, Cordell Bailey, with the 25-yard run. 1st and 15 was not daunting to them. They run it right up the middle, and it pays off.
Like I mentioned earlier, Cordell is going to be a big player this game for the Overton Wolverines. He's their running back, RB1, and he's looking to make another play like that.
Bailey lining up on the left side of Gatewood this time. If I'm the Wolverines, why not give it back to him, seeing what he just did?
Agreed.
Snap there to Gatewood. He drops back to pass. He throws it over the middle. That's going to be Mario Johnson. He's going to have the 15-yard catch, and the Wolverines moving somewhat like the Tigers here, just taking one more play to do it. They are down close to the red zone at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, the Overton Wolverines offense coming out explosive, getting up the field quick. This is going to turn into a great game.
4 wide receiver set. They still hand it off to Bailey right up the middle. He runs through everybody. What a run there for the Wolverines. That's going to be Jabari Ellis on the tackle. New football candidate there for the Tigers, the sophomore. He makes the tackle there, but not before they got in the red zone.
Yeah, Jabari Ellis, a young sophomore coming in, making big plays this season for the Tigers.
Again, 4 wide receiver set. They don't care. They hand it off to Bailey again, but that's going to be stuffed there at the line of scrimmage. Arlington adjusting there. They really expected him to start throwing with the 4 wide receiver set, but it looks like Overton trusting their protection there, their experienced protection on that offensive line.
Yeah, Arlington's defensive line needs to be ready for that run through the middle. They haven't been ready for it so far this game. Hopefully they can be. Wrap him up before he can get too far.
It's going to be Bailey in the backfield again. Instead, they hand it off to Richmond Jr. He's going to be stuffed in the backfield. Ethan Smith, the senior, comes out of nowhere and tackles him. That's going to be 3rd down right at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, this is big play being in the red zone. Arlington needs to make some stops. Overton needs to get downfield. This is going to turn into a toss-up right here.
3rd down. This is really where Arlington was a year ago, except they were in the Wolverines' shoes as they were trying to get a 1st down against the Cordova Wolves. We'll see what Overton pulls out here. Again, they've got the 3 wide receiver set, but 2 running backs in the backfield. Richmond in motion. They drop back to pass. That's going to be a contested throw there. Incomplete there for the Wolverines. Will they go for it or will they kick it? We'll see here, but looks like they're going to kick the ball.
Yeah, even though they didn't convert on this play, the Overton's offense look explosive so far this game, and they look like they are ready to take on the Tigers' defense.
Yeah, it's 4th and 15, and they don't really care. They're going to go for it. 4 wide receiver set yet again. We'll see what happens.
They're going all or nothing on this play.
That's going to be a deep throw in the back end zone. Jordan Batts in coverage. It looked like he caught it, but ref is saying incomplete. Solid coverage there for Bass on the defensive side, but Gatewood placed that exactly where he needed to, right in the middle of the right end zone. Wow, what a throw there by Gatewood, but that's going to be incomplete. Arlington setting up shop at the 17-yard line.
Yeah, good job by Arlington's defensive outside linebacker, Jordan Bass, getting that stop. That would have been a big loss for the Tigers if Overton scored on that play.
And got to give a lot of props to Gatewood there. That was a fantastic throw. Unfortunately dropped there in the back of the end zone there. Batts is lucky on that one. He was able to get a step on him.
Yeah.
Jackson here in the backfield. He takes the run up the gut. They're trying to use what the Wolverines did on their first possession. They get about 9 yards on the play. Hare is a guy that plays offense and defense. You've got to wonder when fatigue will start to set in, and you've got Spears coming in after him. But either way, that's going to be a big run there for Hare.
Yeah, we've seen Jackson Hare come out in the beginning of games, make some big run plays, but as fatigue does set in for him, he does lose his legs a little bit.
Buchanan throws to leap trot. Looked like the secondary there had some hands on him, but no call. 3rd down on the 1-yard line. 3rd down and 1, excuse me. They're talking about it with Coach Miller. Grant Buchanan, this is a big possession for him. In situations like this, they like to utilize his running ability. We'll see what happens here. And Arlington bails out the Wolverines. Looking like a false start there. Going to be 3rd and 6. Man, that's got to hurt if you're a Tiger fan.
Yeah, this is something that you cannot have in this close game like this is false starts. It's just a unnecessary thing to happen.
Yeah, we talked about the mistakes. Those cannot occur in this game if the Tigers want to win. Handoff to Hare. He's going to get close. Looked like he was brought down just shy of the marker. We'll see what the referee says.
I don't think he made it, but let's see if the Arlington Tigers will go for it.
They made it. The chains are moving. Great run there from Jackson Hare. Yards after contact was about 6 there, so great determination from him to be able to get that 1st down.
Yeah, even though he suffered a slight injury last week against Bartlett, he's coming out explosive.
Buchanan rolls left. He's going to get about 3 yards on that play. It was about time they started to utilize his legs. And that's something that we saw we weren't really able to see last game against the Panthers. The Panthers' defensive line ran so many stunts and action plays, able to get that offensive line uncomfortable. And we weren't really able to see that part of Grant's game last week.
Yeah, even though Grant is a little smaller than your typical quarterback, he's so fast. He get up on the outside and he can run the ball very well. It's something, one of his strengths.
Jackson Hare again in motion. Buchanan with the snap. Why not hand it to Hare again? He goes around the outside, getting the 1st down and more. He cuts to the middle. He's going to get down to the 37-yard line. Looked like it could have not even been a 1st down, but Hare, again, the determination, the elusiveness to be able to go down that sideline and get that 1st down. Very impressive run there for the RB1.
Arlington's run game is looking very solid right now. Jackson Hare has had some great plays, moving the chains.
Jackson Hare, his biggest rushing game was against MUS. He had an 80-yard rushing run there, but instead that's going to be incomplete there for the Arlington Tigers. Good throw by Buchanan, but Drew Benjamin, actually the backup quarterback, that's going to be incomplete there, setting up 2nd down. And Drew Benjamin played football growing up. Took a year off, decided not to play, but assumed that he could win the quarterback battle coming back. But even when he's not playing quarterback, the Tigers can't not use him on the offensive side.
Yeah, he's a big guy. He can make big plays.
Played wide receiver growing up. He's got great hands there. We'll see if they can get him involved. And that's going to be an offside penalty. The Wolverines bailing out the Tigers there, giving them a short 2nd down and 5.
This is what Arlington needs. They need to force Overton to make mistakes, get the ball up the field.
And Grant's biggest passing game this season has been an 116-yard night against East, and he only played in the 1st half. He's getting close to that already with that great throw to Torres. He's already halfway there to that mark.
Yeah, something Grant has had some up and down games with is his passing game. This game will be big if he can make some big plays.
Buchanan rolls right, doesn't see an option in the passing game, instead decides to do it himself, setting up a short 3rd and 1, but you've got to love the awareness there of Buchanan, not seeing an option and relying on his blockers to get outside, leading to that really big run.
Yeah, offensive line just kind of let the defense through that game, but great job by Buchanan rolling out to the outside, going up the sideline, and getting a 3rd and 1.
3 wide receiver set, but Hare's in the backfield. We'll see what they do here as this would be a very short gain, but instead that's going to be a flag thrown. False start. Confused by that false start call. They weren't even set. They were talking to the coaches, and the referee just assumes that they were going to snap it. If you ask me, either side of the ball there, that's a call that's going to be questioned when you go back and watch the tape.
Yeah, it moves it back to 3 and 6, and that's something Arlington can't have. They need to convert on this play and get up on Overton by hopefully 2 touchdowns.
And this is now going to be a 3rd and 6 here. Assumed they would give it to Hare on that play to get the short first down conversion, but instead they got to mix up the playbook for this play. They instead give it to Hare again. Solid run there, getting a couple yards after being touched, but he's going to be short. You've got a decision here if you're Coach Miller. 4th and 1 here. It looks like they're keeping the offense on the field. They're really in no man's land. A little too far for a high school kicker, but also you've got to leave your offense on the field here if you're the Tigers.
Yeah, I think it's the right call by Coach Miller, leaving them short 4th down. I think the Tigers can definitely get this. Hopefully, maybe they can utilize Hare on this.
Buchanan motions Hare again. He's handed it off right up the middle. Hare breaks to the outside, stiff-arming the defender. He's going to make it to the red zone. Tripped up there on the play. Great coverage there from the secondary, able to bring him down. That's going to be number 20, Catrell Robinson. Great tackle there for him. Number 21, excuse me. But either way, Arlington inside the red zone. This is where you need to start making plays if you're the Wolverines.
Yeah, like I said, Jackson Hare was utilized that play. He made a big play.
Oh my goodness. That could have been dangerous. It looked like they were going to get Torres in space again, but the ball slips on Buchanan. They're pretty far into this game, so I wouldn't be surprised if his hand is a little sweaty. But, man, if you're a Tiger fan, that's a scary play.
It is indeed. Makes your heart drop.
And the Wolverines there are happy as they can be. Arlington just seems like they're bailing out this defense. They're making these mistakes that lead to either a loss of down or a couple yards back by a false start. But if Arlington can limit these mistakes, they should have this first quarter.
Yeah, if Arlington keeps making mistakes like this, you can see Overton staying in this ball game.
Buchanan over the middle. That's going to be backup quarterback again, Drew Benjamin. Might as well call him a wide receiver at this point. He gets 13 yards on that play. He was wide open over the middle there. Great throw there by Buchanan to be able to spot him in the middle and deliver it right on the money. Either way, 3rd down here again. You've got McKay, Torres, and Benjamin on the left side. It's a snap. Grant Buchanan out to pass. That looked like it was even with the thrower there, but the referee calls it dead. If that referee is even with Buchanan, that could have even been called a fumble there, but Arlington catches another break. But either way, 4th down here, the Wolverines doing a great job at stopping them on those 3rd downs.
Yeah, this is a problem Arlington's had in the past, getting in that red zone but not being able to convert at all. Big play by Jackson Hare, but doesn't think Arlington converted on this.
Ethan Ford, the place kicker for the Arlington Tigers. He was the kickoff guy last year, backup place kicker in case Jacob DeShields went down, but he's got this one. That's a fumbled snap. Grant Buchanan again loses the handle, tries to get him himself, but he has stood up at the 18-yard line. Luke, this is tough right here. Grant Buchanan, it must be nerves or something, but that's about the 3rd or 4th time he's lost the ball on the snap.
Yeah, big mistakes made on this drive by the Arlington Tigers. 2 to 3 fumbles. Thankfully picked up, not a turnover, but still big losses for the Arlington Tigers.
Yeah, and that's a scary possession there, as Overton is going to get the ball at the 16-yard line. And the way they moved the offense last time they were in this type of position on the field, they moved the ball rather quickly. 4 wide receiver set, 2 on each side. Bailey in the backfield with Gatewood. Gatewood's going to roll out. He throws it up into coverage. That's going to be caught. No, it's not. Incomplete again. Gatewood with the throw right in the bread basket, but it is dropped again. That's going to be number 6, Mario Johnson, the senior. Sad to see that play, but if you're a Tigers fan, that's a breath of fresh air.
It is indeed. Overton sadly did not make that play. That would have been a big play for them, putting them right about at the 50-yard line. Huge play, maybe could tie up the ball game with Arlington.
And this game being rather similar to last year, 14-12 was the halftime score before Arlington decided to run it up. Bailey is going to try to run, but that's no good. Ethan Smith in the backfield again. He has been the highlight of this Tigers defense. Good to see him step up.
Yeah, he's come through, broke straight through that the offensive line, just got a big tackle. That's what Arlington needs, is their defense to step up right here, make some big plays.
For sure, Luke. They've got a 3rd and 14 coming up. Gonna have to pass the ball, but the way they've passed recently, this shouldn't be much of a problem. Hopefully they can haul it in, though. Same set as first down. 4 wide receiver set, shotgun formation for Gatewood. He looks to pass. He's gonna throw it up again. Why not? That's almost gonna be picked off there. 2 Tigers in coverage. Probably should have been picked off, but either way, the Wolverines are gonna have to punt.
Gatewood looks very comfortable inside of the pocket. He's very patient. He waits for his receivers to get down the field. That's something that Overton is very good at, is their receivers getting down the field.
And the Tigers are reading their formations like glass here. They've got dropping 8 on the pass plays, yet rushing 3 on the run plays, and either way they're having impact on both sides of it. So great play calling there from Coach Tyler Miller. He's obviously done his research on the Wolverines. That's going to be a punt there, rather short punt, dropping at the 35. That's going to be out of bounds, giving the Tigers basically a reset with great field position here for Buchanan.
About a 37-yard line. Great field positions for the Arlington Tigers. Let's see if they can convert on this.
Yeah, and Arlington talking it over here. We've got 3:33 left in this first quarter. Solid play here by both teams, to be honest. Both teams have shown that they can be electric. These last couple minutes have said otherwise.
Arlington's offense looking to get some redemption right here on this drive.
One guy the Tigers have not utilized yet has been Carter McKay. He was actually the leader in receiving yards last year due to Torres's receiving yards. So that's tough for Arlington. Let's see if they can get them involved.
Yeah, Carter McKay being a big player last year.
Oh, almost the announcer's jinx there. That would have been crazy. The gift of prophecy there for Jake Stoop, but that's going to be incomplete. Carter McKay with the drop at the 15-yard line. That was close, and that got me hyped, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that would have been a huge play. Carter McKay could have had a touchdown right there potentially. He's a big guy. He can break his defender off of him.
Oh, yeah, but his main sport is baseball. I mean, he's already gotten offers from some high-profile schools. This is just a secondary sport for him, but either way, the athleticism of McKay is showing out today.
Yeah, we love to see a homegrown Arlington guy, plays multiple sports, loves to reps the blue and gold.
That's going to be Evan Ola. He's dodging everybody again, sort of like Drew Benjamin. Took a couple years off of football, decided to come back, then quit, but he is back again. First down there for Arlington. And last game against Bartlett, when he came in, he showed that he can absolutely be the running back one for this team in Jackson Hare's absence. He absolutely obliterated a Bartlett defender, stiff-armed him to the ground. So I like to see Evan Ola get involved as well.
Yeah, he's a strong guy. He can take it through the line. He can find the open field like he did on that play, get around some defenders.
He's just a rough player, man. He is definitely showing out. Gabriel Torres now in the backfield. They hand it off to him. Why not? His speed tries to get to the outside. He breaks away. The elusiveness of Torres is going to get in the end zone. What in the world just happened? Touched at the line of scrimmage, but able to get 20 more yards on that play. And the key player of the game, Gabriel Torres, already has 2 scores for the Tigers. He looks like he is trying to continue to build after last game's success.
Yeah, Gabriel Torres is a very fast guy. It looked like he almost got wrapped up, but he got that defender off him, found the pocket, went through it, he dodged all the defense. Feeling great.
All right, we've got Ethan Ford kicking it here. Surprised they're kicking this ball as they missed what was supposed to be extra point last time. We'll see what happens here to see if they can get there. But right now, we've got an injury timeout on the field. We're going to toss the break, and we'll see you on the other side.
Play Eric Amarola's Race Day Mix.
Do you have a business or organization you want to promote? Advertise here, reach thousands of potential customers throughout the year, and show your community support for the Tigers. Every dollar you spend advertising will support academic and extracurricular programs across all schools in ACS. Contact Tyler Hill for more information.
We are back, and that's going to be an extra point completed there for the Tigers. But now we have some Disney princesses. These girls give to St. Jude. They are legends in and of theirself. Anybody who gives to the historic program that St. Jude offers in downtown Memphis is a legend. We need to give props to them as they have showed their giving hearts.
Yeah, they're saving lives. St. Jude is truly a great organization.
Yeah, and one of the guys here, a teacher here at Arlington High School, Coach Poole, his daughter was recently, as of last school year, announced with cancer, and he actually went to St. Jude. They've been there a lot, and they were able to restore her. We're actually doing a package later on her, and this is Arlington, but to see St. Jude be supported is something that's very recent to us here at AHS Tiger Life, so it's good to see that and the good work that they're doing, even for people out here in Arlington. That's going to be 85. Chase Haskins, the soccer player, kicking it off. Wolverines returning. He gets leveled there on the 20-yard line. Great coverage there on the defensive side of the ball. The Wolverines setting up shop there at the 20. Relatively same field position that they had last possession, but they were unable to come up with it with a first down there. Had to punt, which ultimately led to that Tigers touchdown.
Good job for the Arlington Tigers special teams to come out there, get a stop real quick. Not let them get too far up the field.
Special teams has been a highlight for the Tigers. Even though last year's collapse on homecoming was because of special teams, Arlington has come out and shown that they're a different type of team when it comes to the special teams play. Shotgun formation, they're going to hand it off to Bailey. He's right up the middle yet again. He's got speed. He's bursting forward. He's going to get 25 yards. Same thing he did on the first play from scrimmage for the Wolverines. He's going to get down to the 45-yard line. What a run by Bailey.
Yeah, Bailey's a big, strong dude. He'll get up the middle. He'll break defenders off of him, and he'll make big plays. That's what he's been doing. He's been a key player for the Overton Wolverines this game, keeping them alive.
And only small frame, 5'8", 175 for the junior. But either way, he is showing that he's going to get it done despite his frame. You've got a flag on the field here. Who jumped first is the question. They're going to say the Wolverines did. Back them up 5 yards to set up 1st and 15 from inside the 40 again. The penalties have been a highlight in this game. Both teams giving up big, good field positions, and that's really messing both of these offenses up.
Yeah, big mistakes on both sides of the game. These penalties are.
Looked like the offensive line was moving, the defensive line was moving, no call. Gatewood back to pass again. He looks comfortable. He's going to run it himself. Wow, the speed from Gatewood is not what we expected. If I'm the Wolverines, why not run him more? He's able to get almost to the first down marker, making it over 10 yards on that play. What a run by Gatewood. In my opinion, they need to utilize that more.
Yeah, that's the first time we've seen Gatewood make a play like that. He sat in the pocket. He's very comfortable there, but he saw the open field, and he took the opportunity, and he used his speed to get there. Almost the first down.
He's a big frame, 6'2" guy, 175. He's making his presence known. Why not go back to him? We called it. Inside the 40, Gatewood getting around the 32-yard line. And if something works, why not do it again? The Wolverines able to make a play there.
Yeah, looks to be another penalty on the play, maybe a late hit by Arlington.
Oh, looks like a holding there. So the big run there for the Wolverines of Overton is going to be taken all the way back. Again, we probably sound like a broken record, but, man, the penalties are really hurting both teams right now.
Yeah, they're hurting both teams big time. That was a big play, put Overton in great field position, but sadly called back.
And to me, Gatewood would have made that play with or without the penalty. He had very elusive speed there on the outside. He was going to get it done no matter what.
Yeah, that was just a mistake by the offensive line.
Same formation here. for Overton. They come out. Gatewood back to pass. He's going to throw it deep. Wide open man on the left side. Just overthrown there. That's going to be incomplete. Dermot Greene in coverage there. Originally does not start for this Tigers secondary, but he's back. He's in the game. Solid coverage there, but if that's on the money there for Gatewood, that could have been a touchdown.
Bailey's showing off his arm that play. He looks to be a very well-rounded quarterback. He's got the speed, he's got the size, and he's got the arm.
Overton's current ranking is 192 in Tennessee. And if they can convert off of these highlights that we've seen, I can totally see why they're inside the top 200. But that's going to be Bailey there, taken down before the 50 again. You've got Ethan Smith and Jackson Hare in the backfield. What a play there for that Arlington defensive line. And we talked about their three-man front earlier. Even with the three-man front, the dynamic ability of the linebackers able to get in the backfield is what really is a strength of this Tiger team.
Yeah, props to Arlington for not letting them get up the field, which Overton's done a lot this game.
We're about a minute left into this first quarter, and Overton is going to go for it from in their own territory. Gabriel Torres back, looking like he's going to play safety or punt returner. Who knows here? Both teams with confusing decisions. Gatewood's back to pass. He's going to throw it deep. That's going to be overthrown again, but he was open. Gatewood has a tendency that we've seen of going on his back foot and lobbing it up there. If that's more of a stronger throw and that's a lower throw, that's a completion all day.
Yeah, he's just slightly overthrowing his receivers. If he can just get it right on the money, then he'll have way bigger plays. Overton will get up the field, and they'll get some points on the board.
Yeah, and they need to use his running ability, if you ask me. I mean, all these plays where he's just kind of lobbing it up there, kind of wasted plays the way the Tigers have been playing in the secondary. Why not use his legs there like the Tigers like to use Grant Buchanan?
Yeah.
Preston Harris, the coach for the Wolverines, he's a solid guy. Even in the midst of this 13-point deficit, the decisions that he's made are pretty solid. Kyla Spears' first action of the game. He looked like he was going to get out to a big run, but number 21 for Overton, that's going to be Catrell Robinson, 5'7" junior defensive back. He's made some solid tackles thus far, upending Kyla Spears on that play.
Yeah, if Catrell didn't make that tackle, then Spears would have had a lot of open room to run, see what he's made of.
Some good news for the Tigers. The uniforms look great. Blue and gold, white socks, white shoes. Anybody out here has to love the Tigers uniforms right now.
Yeah, they're looking great, looking good as a team.
And we're going to round out this first quarter. Arlington electing not to make a decision. We are going to see you on the other side and enjoy the commercials.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
We are back. Kyla Spears with the run. He's got some added motivation after getting upended on the 50-yard line. He's going to get close to the first down, but they're going to call third down here, third and short here for the Tigers.
Yeah, Kyla Spears is a guy that has had some big games so far in the past. Be able to step up for Jackson Hare when Jackson Hare gets a little fatigued. He's coming out right now, showing his first touches of the game. have been solid.
Spears was in the shadows last year with Antonio Hines and John Davis, but when he gets action on the field, he is dynamic. And that looks like it's going to be a false start on the Tigers. 3rd down and 7 here. Again, this Tigers offensive line with the miscommunication, and that's going to set them outside the 45-yard line, setting up a 3rd and 7.
Yeah, this is something Arlington has struggled with this game. Our 4th or 5th penalty, I feel like.
Yeah, it hasn't been pretty for the offensive line, but you've got to credit the Overton defense. They might be, silently whispering, yelling on the offensive line, so you've got to credit them as well.
Another penalty. Let's see.
Offsides there, and that is a good call. The outside linebacker there for the Overton Wolverines was a little bit offside, had his toe on that marker. Late call. I assume they would call it earlier than that, but that's going to set up shop and give them those yards right back.
That's what Arlington needs. Good job to the ref for saying that.
Yeah, the mistakes there are going to be Mario Johnson, but he's made some solid plays thus far. Just one mistake there. Don't let that take away from how dynamic he's been so far in this game. And 3rd down, similar position here that they were in. Spears in the backfield in motion to Buchanan. They hand it off here. Spears is right up the middle, but another flag. No matter what happens here for Spears, there's a flag on the field, but don't let that take away from how good of a run it was. We'll see what happens here for the refs. And that's going to be a holding call. The penalties in this game, man. Yellow has been on the field more than we've seen dynamic plays, if we're being honest. So many flags have been thrown. Credit to the refs, though. They're watching this game like a hawk, seeing if there's anything illegal that these teams are doing.
Yeah, these refs are doing a very good job, but it's killing both teams on both sides of the ball, especially Arlington. Arlington has had some big plays called back because of these flags. It's just something that can't happen in a game like this.
For sure, and when you get into district play, if you're Arlington, these are mistakes that you can't make. You are playing against teams like Collierville, Germantown, Houston, and you cannot afford to make these mistakes against high-profile teams.
Yeah, we were in one of the best districts in Tennessee for football. Very strong district. These are things that can't happen against big teams like Collierville and Houston and Germantown.
Spears with the 5-yard run, 4th down here. Miller looks like he's got him out on the field again. They called the play. They're going to go for it here inside the 43-yard line, and the Wolverines' lack of being able to move the ball other than that first possession is likely the reason here why they are comfortable making this call.
Yeah, I think it's smart by Miller, keeping momentum with the Tigers.
Spears is close, but it looks like he's short by an inch. They are marking him short of that 1st down. The Wolverines are going to get the ball back. That Wolverines sideline is hype. Spears with the solid run, but just short of that 1st down marker.
Spears has had some big runs on this drive, really showing what he's made of, showing how he can get through the gaps.
And Gatewood is back on the field here. We'll see if they're going to make some adjustments to see if they can get him with the ball most of the time. Nothing against his receivers, but when you've got a guy this talented with this frame, you've got to utilize him the best you can, especially going in on the road at a homecoming game. Gatewood with the snap. They run the same play they've run over and over again. Gatewood looks like he's going to run. He got nowhere there. Carter Wood, the best linebacker on this team, is going to make the play. This is a guy who comes in, Sally Ferguson, the assistant coach, calling him the best linebacker he's ever coached, and he shows that there.
Yeah. Way to wrap Quatavius Gatewood up. If he got past Carter, then he could have made a big play right there, a lot of open field.
Yeah, for sure. He just took too much time trying to fake him out, and Wood didn't fall for it. Great awareness there by Wood, just to be able to settle and tackle him there. Handoff to Bailey. He got nowhere again. Rip Pittman there on the tackle along with 80. That's going to be a great play there for the Tigers. They wrap him up again at the line of scrimmage. That's going to be Grant Roberson. That's my fault. 6-foot defensive lineman there. Both of those guys were able to get in there and stop him there on the run, setting up 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, Grant Roberson has been a big addition to the Arlington Tigers this year. He's stepping up, making big plays, making big tackles.
And again, one of those dual sport athletes playing JV basketball last year. showing out that he can do both sports pretty well. Speaking of dual sport athletes, they might need to get Luke McBride there out on the football field, see what happens. But either way, Dermot Greene, the newest addition at the starting lineup, is going to bring him down there. He's showing out why he should be here. 4th down for the Wolverines.
Good job to Arlington Tigers. Their defense reading Overton's plays very well. They're learning from their past mistakes as Overton has gotten up the field before, but they're not letting Overton do it on this drive.
No, absolutely not. And they're looking to punt here. They're going to punt from around the 28-yard line. Last punt didn't go so well, went just shy of 30 yards. We'll see if he's got more open field to work with, if he's going to maybe roll out and get a larger punt.
Yeah. Arlington's defense need to keep playing like this, as their offense has been lacking a little bit the past couple plays with all those penalties. If their defense can keep playing like this, hopefully their offense can get back into the game. Let's see right here.
And Overton with the low punt, but it looks like it was designed there. Didn't give Torres an option to return, but also they're down to the 21-yard line, giving Arlington not so great field position.
Yeah, that's something we're going to see throughout the season more and more, is that teams are going to try to keep the ball away from Gabriel Torres. No matter how good the team is, Gabriel Torres always finds his way through the defense and makes big plays.
Yeah, if you're an opposing team of this Tigers team, do anything you can to keep it out of Torres' hands. 3 wide receiver set, leap trot, Torres and McCarter out to receive. Jackson Hare back at the running back position. They hand it off to him immediately. He goes outside, fakes it, counter run there, gets to about just shy of the 30-yard line, going to set up shop for 2nd down.
Yeah, Hare does a great job of, after he's gotten wrapped up by the defense, he gets some extra yards.
Some confusion here. Looks like some big substitutions being made for the Tigers. Injury timeout here for Overton. He walks off the field on his own power, though. That's going to be Catrell Robinson. We've mentioned his name a bunch tonight. Not having him on the defensive side, at least for a couple plays, is really going to hurt Overton. We'll see if Arlington decides to go outside and throw the ball now that you don't have one of your best secondary players.
Yeah, this is a loss for Overton. Hopefully he can get back in the game soon. He needs to. He's been a big defensive player so far, having a lot of tackles.
Another penalty for which team, we don't know. Referee's about to make the call. That's going to be an offside penalty for the Wolverines. They got a little bit too jumpy there, trying to set up 3rd down, because it was a short 2nd down conversion if the Arlington wanted it, but instead it's going to be a 1st down, a little past the 30.
Something Arlington has the upper hand on over Overton is they have a lot more depth than Overton. Overton has a short bench, as you can see, and it's showing so far as there's some fatigue with their players.
Don't know what the flag was about there. It could potentially be a roughing the passer, but it's not. It looked like Buchanan got hit hard there, but instead they're going to call holding there on the offensive line. Both offensive lines here are struggling right now. Don't know what it is. Maybe it's the jitters, but man, either way, penalties have been a really big factor of this game.
Yeah, already being halfway through the 2nd quarter, jitters cannot happen right now. You should have shaken those off already, and that's what Arlington needs to do, as well as Overton.
And ever since Overton's first game, they have outscored their opponents by a total of 17 points. As of late, they are used to beating these teams close. So as I said earlier, you cannot count out the Wolverines as they get into what looks to be a close game at the moment. Hare breaks to the outside, running very far horizontally, but he decides to break up the field. That's going to be a great run, getting them down to the 40-yard line. Just going to be just shy of the 1st down, but Hare with a great run there.
That's a big play for Arlington, making up for those lost yards with those penalties. Hare's a great guy, getting to that outside, getting through the defense a little bit, getting just short of the 1st down.
Great blocking there. Arlington showing that they can get outside with their offensive line without having the illegal man downfield penalty. That's great coaching there for the Tigers side. Buchanan hit early, but able to hold on to the ball. No way he did that. That was good awareness there by Grant, but he got leveled in the face at the end of that play, but not really his fault. There was just no option there for him.
Like you mentioned, Arlington's done a great job of blocking, but that's because of their 2 big tight ends, Carter McKay and Grant Roberson. They're two guys that are fast. They can get the ball, but they're big enough to where they can block.
Tigers definitely have big frame on the edge there at the wing position, able to block but also receive. You're seeing the diversity with McKay and Roberson. Hare in motion in the backfield. Looked like maybe another penalty there on the line of scrimmage, but they don't call it. Hare is racked up in the backfield. Looked like he was going to try to get that first down, but looks like another short 4th and 1 here for the Tigers. They're in their own field position. We'll see what Coach Miller wants to do here, but this is a tough decision.
Yeah, it looked like another mistake. I don't know if Buchanan fumbled the ball a little bit or the snap was just short, but it definitely allowed time for the defense to get through that offensive line and just set Hare up in a terrible position, and that's why you saw they did not get that first down.
Jacob Tidwell in at the wing position, looking like they're bringing in bigger receivers to block here for the Tigers. Wouldn't be surprised if they run to the outside, but the Wolverines are going to talk it over here, maybe make the Tigers rethink this decision. We're going to toss to break. We'll see you on the other side in just a minute.
You know, a lot of people say when you're going somewhere, you don't want to look back. But I beg to differ. I can't lie and say it was easy. I looked at everything in a different light. I realized it started with me going back and getting my high school diploma.
We're back. Buchanan under center. They decide to go for it. Oh, my goodness, what is happening? Another false start for the Tigers. The refs are all over it right now. Looked like Marcel Mills was very uncomfortable and very upset at that play. It may have been him with the false start, but either way, this changes up the Tigers' decision-making. They are going to punt here.
It feels like every other play there's a flag, and it's just something that just can't happen in a football game like this. Arlington is on top right now. Overton not on the board, but Overton's had some big plays, and if Arlington keeps making mistakes like these, you can see Overton make a late game comeback.
Douglas Salato back the punt, the newest addition for the Tigers here, transferring over to Arlington. He's going to have the punt. They snap it back to him. He boots it. That may have been an overestimate, though. He punts it to the sideline. It's able to roll down about to the 25-yard line. Decent punt for what it looked like at the beginning, but Overton is going to set up shop just inside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, what we've noticed with Douglas's punts, they don't go too far, but then they roll a mile.
Yeah, you're right, but you can't blame him for it. He hasn't really played football up until now, but either way, he's got a big leg. Walker Funk coming in to help on that offensive line. And you look at this offensive line, or defensive line rather, even though the mistakes have been made, most of these guys are seniors. So they have experience. If they can fix these mistakes that they keep making on the line of scrimmage, they will be just fine.
Yeah, Arlington a very senior-heavy team.
Good pressure there from the three-man front, able to get in the backfield. But Carter Wood comes out of nowhere. What a tackle there for the Tigers. Carter Wood again showing what he can do on that tackle, able to get to the outside quickly.
Yeah, Carter Wood is a very smart guy. He can read the play very quickly. He can see where the quarterback's going, almost anticipates it every single time, and he wraps him up right there.
Wood with the tackle there. Last year against Houston, the Houston Mustangs went down with a really bad back injury. Believe he fractured a vertebrae, but he is back this season. He is ready with no fear in his eyes. He is ready for anything coming his way.
Yeah, him being a senior, he's playing like it is his senior season, last games. He's making big plays.
Gatewood back to pass. He's going to throw and he's going to run instead. He's going to get right by Grant Roberson and make it past midfield. What a play there from Gatewood. If you're the defense, you've got to be aware of that. It looked like they had a quarterback spy, but he was just not quick enough to get Gatewood there.
Yeah, Gatewood is a very fast quarterback. He can get to the outside very quick. Roberson overplayed a little bit, bit, and Gatewood made him pay.
And not only that, you can be fast and quick and elusive, but his frame helps so much. Even if you get a hand on him, you're likely not bringing him down.
Yeah, he's a very tall guy, very lengthy.
3-man front, dropping 8. They're going to run it because of it. He's trying to bounce to the outside, but Grant Roberson gets it back. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage. He makes up there for that faulty play on Gatewood and brings him down behind the line of scrimmage. What a play there. Comeback play there by Roberson.
Yeah, Roberson had the fire in him that play, looking to make redemption, and he did right there.
Yes, sir. And Arlington is on top with 3 minutes left in this first half. If you can go away with no Wolverine points, that is totally ideal for the Tigers. 5 guys behind the line of scrimmage there for the Tigers, looking to stop any run play. Good blocking there by the Tigers, or by the Wolverines, but Carter Wood again with the lethal hit there on Gatewood. Surprised he's not shaken up. That was a great hit there, and that honestly brings back memories from last year. Carter Wood with the very good tackle at the end of the first half, which led to the Tigers pulling away with over 1 touchdown lead. He brings back memories there, and that's going to be a good tackle there for Wood.
Yeah, Carter Wood has done a great job of seeing where Gatewood's going, making sure he doesn't get up the field.
Back to pass, shotgun formation. Again, a lob up there. Tried to Odell Beckham that catch, but good coverage there by Rip Pittman, setting up 4th down for this Wolverines team. And if I'm coach here for Overton, I've got to punt this ball. Give Arlington the worst field position possible in order to keep them from scoring when you've got the ball back coming in the second half.
Yeah, if they punt this ball, get Arlington in terrible field position. Arlington has been making mistakes this game, so they could keep it on that side of the field, and they might be able to get a quick score real quick right before half.
That would be ideal for the Tigers, which would give them a 20-point lead if everything goes right. But we'll see. Overton's defense has really stopped them, especially when they've had the open field to work with. That's going to be a punt there, a low one. That's going to be Joshua Ross there outside at the 18-yard line. You couldn't really ask for a better punt there, giving them 82 yards to work with when Arlington's main attribute is running the football.
Yeah. Again, we saw they kept it away from Gabriel Torres.
And that's a smart coaching decision, but as my partner just said, there's going to be a flag on the field being picked up, so that's not going to do anything. It's being nullified there. And now they set up shop, 1st down on the 18-yard line with all this open field to work with. If I'm Coach Miller, give the ball to Gabriel Torres and let him get in space. That's exactly what they did on the first play from scrimmage. So we'll see what Torres can do here.
Yeah, that's something they did early, but they kind of got away from, was giving Torres the ball. But let's see if they can get back to it.
Looked like Torres was open, but so was Drew Benjamin there with the catch. That's going to be a 1st down, and Arlington is in 2-minute formation, hurrying it up, seeing if they can get a touchdown here at the end of this half.
Drew Benjamin is having a very successful receiving game today. His biggest game of the season so far, I would say.
Yes, for sure. Buchanan back to pass, looking to get outside to McKay. That's going to be caught just past the 30-yard line. McKay showing the speed that he has even at such a big frame. Speaking of that big frame, 6'2", 220. A lot of muscle on a tall guy, hard to bring down if he can catch the ball. So many guys on this offense that you look at their frame and you're like, wow, this could be such a good offense, and they're showing it right now. Buchanan back to pass. Drew Benjamin again. What in the world? Where does this come from? Past the 40. Benjamin is moving it right now, showing that experience at wide receiver growing up is paying off.
Yeah, QB1 to QB2. It's something great to see that we can utilize a lot of our players in many different positions. Drew Benjamin coming and making big plays as a wide receiver this game.
Buchanan looking to give it back to McKay. That play did not look good from the start. Looked like Overton was ready for it. Arlington was not quick to the jump. That's going to be incomplete, but you get to stop this offense right now. You get to talk it over, see what you want to do. Best case scenario to only lose 5 seconds there.
Arlington looking up to make it up the field quick with only a minute left to go in the half. See if they can get a quick score real quick.
And so far, no penalty flags on this possession. That is very ideal for the Tigers as they're looking to march down.
Yeah, hopefully they can clean up the play a little bit.
He's going to throw it again to Drew Benjamin, and why not? But great coverage there on the defensive side by number 10. That's going to be Steven Benson there, the senior, showing off his experience there on the quick slant. And they look like Arlington's offense is trying to cross the middle, but also get guys to the outside. That's solid coaching there in a 2-minute formation, looking to get either a big gain or, somewhat of a gain out of bounds.
Yeah, Arlington getting it in the middle and on the outside is keeping Overton guessing on where they're going to go with the ball, and it's something they need to do, confuse the defense.
Buchanan gets it out to an open McKay, wide open there, but Grant was being rushed in the pocket. Had to get it out quickly and just overthrows him there. Great route by McKay, but it's going to be 4th down. And Arlington has to decide if they're going to go for it and try to score or give solid field position. It looks like they will choose the latter, giving Ethan Ford here this punt, choosing to replace Douglas Saltel and let Ford have a try.
Yeah, both quarterbacks we've seen today have been overthrowing the ball, and that's been hurting both the offenses.
You're going to have Gary Greer there back to return this punt. The sophomore kick returner, he's the fastest guy on this team. We'll see if he can get out in space if this is a solid punt here for the Tigers. Ford getting it up. No point of returning this one. At least that's what it looks like. What a bounce there for Ford, getting it inside the 20. Best case scenario there for Ford. Likely a great decision there for Coach Miller, bringing in Ford to punt that one. And they're going to be inside the 20 with 46 seconds. That is very, very unlikely there that they can score here.
Yeah, the ball seemed to roll about 15 yards, which is very nice for the Tigers. Puts Overton in terrible field position with only 46 seconds left to play, like Jake said.
Arlington's got a 13-point lead. If this is the halftime score, you've got to be happy if you're a Tigers fan, but also if you're a Wolverines fan. To only be down less than 2 touchdowns here against a high-profile opponent that you play over the season, that's solid either way.
Yeah, it really is. Overton has showed what they're made of throughout the season. Hopefully they're looking to get some points on the board, making stretch down the field.
He's going to get it deep. McNeil had it in his hands. That would have been a ground-breaking play there for McNeil, a guy who has had his struggles so far this season. If he was able to come away with that interception, that would have been highly motivating there for the senior.
Yes, it would have been. It would have been a big play. Maybe Arlington could have made even bigger play, maybe get on the board again right before the half.
And Gatewood has an arm, but the way he's throwing it right now, it is entirely up to the receivers in order to catch it. Could be better placed as the Wolverines look like they're just going to run out this clock and get to the halftime break.
Gatewood kind of limping off a little bit. Probably just giving a little break before half.
I didn't see if he got hit there, did you?
I did not. Yeah, Gatewood lobs the ball up a little bit too much, just has too much airtime, doesn't get to the receiver quick enough, and it just leaves too much time for the defense to get on the receiver.
Well, that's going to wrap it up here for the first half. Arlington going into the break up 13-0. We will see you on the other side with our homecoming festivities.
It's here, at Arlington Community Schools,
where we thrive on creativity. We take the scattered pieces
to build something great.
We work together to challenge ourselves
and each other, defining who we are and who we want to be.
We rely on technology to learn where we came from,
to see where we're going. We adapt
because we know there's a world of opportunity for all.
We thrive under pressure
to make our future great.
We are Arlington.
Think,
create,
achieve.
My graduation was something I will never forget. People like you and me sometimes may have doubts in yourself, but I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Arlington High School. As one of the premier high schools in the state of Tennessee, Arlington High School is proud to be a place for everyone. Whether it be an academic focus with more than 60 honors, AP, and dual enrollment courses, an exploration into the outstanding career and technology programs, becoming a playmaker in a top competitive sports program, or excelling in the second-to-none PAVE Fine Arts Academy. Learn more about Arlington High School at www.acsk-12.org.
Welcome back. That was an electric first half here. I am Jake Stoop alongside Luke McBride. This is a little different scenery here. I'm usually not outmatched in the height category, but McBride's got me here. He is a basketball player on our varsity team. But what have you liked so far on this team?
So far, I've liked a lot of the big plays that Overton and Arlington have made. Arlington came out, Gabriel Torres, and that big play resulted in a touchdown. Even though Overton has not been on the scoreboard yet, they've gone off the field very well.
Well, one of the guys leading these big plays for Arlington is going to be Coach Lloyd, as we toss to let you hear from him a little bit. Coach Lloyd there showing that if Arlington can win the region games, obviously they've already lost one game to Bartlett, but if they can win the region games, they can win the games that matter. Going 500 would be fine. It would ultimately set them up a spot in the postseason.
It really will. Hopefully they learned from their loss against Bartlett. It was a big loss, but there was flashes of greatness in Arlington's play. We had some big plays by guys such as Gabriel Torres. Our two backup running backs stepped up. Kyla Spears and Evan Ola played fantastic when Jackson Hare went out.
Yeah, definitely, and we saw how Evan Ola can come in and be an instant impact. He only got a couple rushes, but we're deep. When it comes to running the ball, we're deep, but also throwing the ball. We saw Torres get that first play, but other than that, he wasn't really utilized very well.
I don't know if it's with his slight injury he has in his shin or something like that, but I feel like Arlington really needs to utilize Torres more. He's such a fast guy. He can read the defense very well. He makes big plays, and that's something Arlington needs right now.
Yeah, and he had that big punt return touchdown last week against Bartlett. That was the best play of the season by far, but we're going to go to the best student council sponsor of all time. That's going to be Miss Kelly. Let's hear a little bit from her.
My role in homecoming and homecoming court is kind of to coordinate everything. I coordinate the voting, I coordinate the organization of flowers, sashes, crowns. We do everything from the beginning to the end. Getting everything together with homecoming court isn't a terribly long process, but it is a very specific process because I want to make sure that everybody is heard. I want to make sure that everybody is taken care of, and I want to make sure that things are done correctly. I am excited. I'm always excited just because I love to see who's nominated. I love to see the variety. Ones who aren't always the most popular, I love to see the popular ones. I love to see the band kids. I love to see the cheerleaders. I love to see that homecoming around here, the court has really become a recognition of all of the students, not just the cheerleader. And I don't mean that as a negative against the cheerleader, but that's become a stereotype in all the movies and things, is that homecoming court is always about the football player and the cheerleader. And Arlington has kind of taken that to heart. In past years, we've had our buddies have been kings, and I love that Arlington has embraced that court should be a representation of their entire student body. And for 5 seconds, people are allowed to have fun and to feel special. And that to me is kind of what high school should be about. You know, the chance for someone to feel special, to feel unique. You know, Arlington's got 2,000 kids in it. And I love that moment for someone to feel special.
Well, we are definitely, hello.
Next, our final freshman is Mr. Ryan Dow. Ryan is the son of Kita Kudlow and Ryan Dow, and is escorted here by his mother. Ryan enjoys basketball, learning flips. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ryan Dow. Our first sophomore is Miss Brianna Dow. Is the daughter of Kita Kudlow and Ryan Dow, and is escorted here tonight by her father. Here at Arlington High School, she's a member of the basketball, cheer, and track teams. Outside of school, she enjoys dancing, singing, going to church, being with her siblings, and eating. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Brianna Dow. Our next sophomore is Miss Gabriel Pfeiffer. Gabriel is the daughter of Kiwana Coburn and Garvin Pfeiffer, and is escorted here tonight by her father. Gabby enjoys watching TikTok, drinking Celsius, going to the gym, and spending time with her grandma. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Gabriel Pfeiffer. Our final sophomore is Miss Jayla Stovall. Jayla is the daughter of John and Colleen Stovall, and is escorted here tonight by her father. Here at AHS, Jayla is a member of the AHS Student Council and basketball and cheer teams. Outside of school, she enjoys hiking, listening to music, and hanging out with friends. Ladies and gentlemen, Jayla Stovall. Our first junior is Lydia English. Lydia is the daughter of April and Jonathan English, and is escorted here tonight by her father. Here at AHS, Lydia is a member of the AHS Student Council, Beta Club, Yearbook, Symphony Orchestra, soccer, cross country, and track. Outside of school, she enjoys shopping, reading, hanging out with friends, and working out. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Lydia English. Our next junior is Miss Angelia Gill. Angelia is the daughter of Natalia and Terrell Williams, and is escorted here tonight by her father. Here at AHS, Angelia is a member of the track team, enjoys listening to music, hanging out with friends, spending time with her family when she isn't in school. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Angelia Gill. And our final junior is Miss Diora Patrick. Diora is the daughter of Eric Mosley, and escorted here tonight by her father. Diora enjoys making shirts, doing hair, working at the Olive Garden, and taking photos. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Diora Patrick. Our first senior is Miss Brooklyn Criswell. Brooklyn is the daughter of Rodney and Star Criswell, and is escorted here tonight by her father. Here at Arlington High School, Brooklyn is a member of the Beta Club, DECA, POSA, Film Appreciation Society, Tiger Life Media, and is on her 4th year cheering at AHS. Outside of school, she enjoys spending time with friends and family and coaching various cheer teams. Next year, Brooklyn is undecided about college and plans to major in business and cheer. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Brooklyn Criswell. Our next senior is Bradley Burke. Bradley is the son of Chad Burke and Christy Smith, and is escorted here tonight by his mother. Brad enjoys lifting, hanging out with friends, playing with his bat, playing games, and watching NFL football. Next year, Bradley is undecided about Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Maddie Dixon. Next up is Mr. Eli Crabtree. Eli is the son of Valerie Crabtree and escorted here tonight by his mother. Here at AHS, Eli is a member of the Collegiate Academy, Key Club, Beta Club, and Film Appreciation Society. When not here, he enjoys playing basketball and spending time with friends. Although undecided on a major, Eli plans to attend Rhodes College next year. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Eli Crabtree. Our next senior is Miss Cameron Jin. And is the daughter of Rico Kidwell and Patricia Jin, and is being escorted tonight by her great uncle, Danny Jin Jr. Here at AHS, Cameron is a member of Hosen, Multicultural Club, DECA, and on the varsity dance and track team. When not here, she enjoys working, traveling, shopping, and relaxing. Next year, Cameron plans to attend UT Martin and major in health science. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Cameron Jin. Next we have Mr. Logan Hill. Logan is the son of Josh, Courtney Wood, and is escorted here tonight by his mother. Here at AHS, Logan is involved in the Fashion Club. Outside of AHS, he enjoys driving, video games, and working, hanging out with friends and his girlfriend. Next year, Logan plans to attend UT Knoxville and major in chemical engineering. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Logan Hill. Our next senior is Miss Hayden Hewitt. Hayden is the daughter of Jared and Laura Hewitt, and is escorted here tonight by her father. Here at AHS, Hayden is a member of the Advocates for Human Rights, ZAGA, Active Minds, Fashion Club, and Girls Soccer. Outside of AHS, she enjoys playing bass guitar, hanging out with friends, helping others, and listening to 80s rock. Next year, Hayden plans to attend UT Chattanooga and major in business or psychology. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Hayden Hewitt. Our next senior is Jacob Ryan St. John. Ryan is the son of Penny and Jason Woolbright, and he's escorted here tonight by his mother. Here at AHS, Ryan is a member of the marching band. When not at AHS, he enjoys hanging out with friends, playing games, and taking naps. Next year, Ryan plans to attend the University of Memphis and major in computer engineering. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ryan St. John. Our next senior is Miss Lori Israel. Lori is the daughter of Lindsay and Jeff Israel, and is escorted here tonight by her brother Nick. Here at AHS, Lori is a member of the AHS Student Council, Beta Club, Corral, Mu Alpha Beta, and NHS. Outside of school, she enjoys hanging out with friends, family, reading, and watching Netflix. Next year, Lori plans to attend UNC at Chapel Hill and major in psychology. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Lori Isgett. Our next senior is Mr. Ashton Wilcox. Ashton is the son of Whitney Wilcox and is escorted here tonight by his mother. Ashton enjoys playing guitar and all sorts of games. Ashton is undecided about his major but plans to attend St. Petersburg College next year. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Ashton Wilcox. Our final senior this evening is Miss Kaylee Sharp. Kaylee is the daughter of Gina and Hayward Sharp, and is escorted tonight by her father. Here at AHS, Kaylee is a member of Beta Club, HOSA, and the AHS cheer team. Outside of school, she enjoys hanging out with friends and family, eating at Redfish, and hanging by the pool. Next year, Kaylee plans to attend Ole Miss, major in physical therapy and nursing. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Kaylee Sharp. Ladies and gentlemen, a final round of applause for our homecoming court. And now the announcements. For our 2022 homecoming king is Mr. Logan Hill. And our 2022 homecoming queen is Miss Maddie Dixon. Ladies and gentlemen, the final congratulatory welcome for our homecoming court and our winners, Mr. Logan Hill and Miss Maddie Dixon.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Congrats to the couple, Maddie and Logan. That is fantastic. But last week, Bartlett made Arlington very uncomfortable, sort of like I'm uncomfortable with a tall partner. But let's see this Bartlett recap.
Across the city line to face off against the Panthers of Bartlett in the biggest rivalry of the year. The Panthers showcased their best transfer, future Georgia State Panther, Braylon Ragland. Ragland showcased his diverse play style in what quickly became a blowout win. The Tigers never established a momentum, quickly surrendering a 25-point deficit late in the second quarter. Tigers quarterback Grant Buchanan had some impressive moments despite the loss. Arlington looks to bounce back in their homecoming matchup against the Overton Wolverines.
It did not go as planned there for the Tigers as they faced off against the Bartlett Panthers. We're going to toss the break, and we'll see you on the other side. What's up, guys? Welcome back from the break. We just had homecoming court. Congrats again to Logan and Maddie. But here's a little bit about what happened. Here's some pictures we've got for you. Homecoming was definitely a fantastic week of celebration as we've got some former Arlington Tigers coming back tonight for this game. But we're going to toss the break. We'll see you with the second half action in a minute.
It's here at Arlington Community Schools,
where we thrive on creativity. We take the scattered pieces
to build something great.
We work together to challenge ourselves
and each other, defining who we are and who we want to be.
We rely on technology to learn where we came from,
to see where we're going. We adapt
because we know there's a world of opportunity for all.
We thrive under pressure
to make our future great.
We are Arlington.
Think,
create,
achieve.
My graduation was something I will never forget. People like you and me sometimes may have doubts in yourself, but I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
I think it's just vapor and flavors. It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes. Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org.
Welcome back. We are live here from Arlington, Tennessee with the game back. But right now we're going to talk about some AHS Tiger Life. AHS Tiger Life's coverage of the Arlington versus Overton game is brought to you in part by Tiger Life Media. Tonight's game is also brought to you by us, the official media publication of Arlington High School. Tiger Life Media is a student-made and student-managed production. To see what we do, visit ahstigerlife.com. And this action has been fantastic as we wrap up the final seconds of this half. Overton is going to receive, and they've had a solid half thus far, but other than that first possession, they were not able to move the ball very well, trying to rely on that run game and trying to establish that. But Arlington has been all over it with the three-man front.
Yeah, Arlington has been able to scout out the defense. They've seen what they are good at, and Arlington has made some big defensive plays from Overton's offense.
Yeah, for sure, and we are pumped to get you back to the action. Ethan Ford is back to kick this ball away. The kickoff man here for his second season, looking to give Arlington good field position on the defensive side. And we are off. That's going to be in the end zone for a touchback. They're going to be at the 25-yard line, looking to go down the field and rewrite their story in the second half.
Yeah, Ford's got a great leg. He kicked the ball very far. Sadly, that was a touchback. Maybe if he got a little shorter, that would have been terrible field coverage for the Overton.
Some more yellow on the field, but they pick it up, thank goodness. Love the refs here, but I don't want to see them make another thing again. Looks like that's going to be a holding call or something. I don't know what they just called, but either way, it's on the 20-yard line. Flag has been nullified, and Gatewood is back to see what he can do.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of yellow on the field tonight. Hopefully there will be a lot less of that in the second half. Both teams need to clean it up.
And they are all over it. What a tackle there. Carter Wood comes in and helps him out. But not before number 5, Jonathan Elliott, came in there, running back 4 for this team. He makes an impact on the defensive side. But it looks like an offensive lineman here for the Overton Wolverines is down. That's going to be Cameron Mosby, the sophomore, 6'4", 290. And you're seeing how big this offensive line really is. I mean, they can look small just because of the height of our defensive line, the Tigers' defensive line, but they are really huge if you were to go down there. And, Luke, you mentioned earlier how Batavius Gatewood came up limping. He looks fine to me. He's back on the field. Looked a little bit settled, though, on that run play. Didn't really look comfortable. Yeah, he's going to look to pass, throw to the sideline. That's going to be caught by Dreshawn Motley, 6'1" senior there on the catch. Going to set up shop for third down with about 5 yards to go.
Yeah, Gatewood probably just need a little bit of rest, get on his legs a little bit, coming out in the second half and see what he can do. See if he can come out as explosive as he did in the first half.
And they actually called that incomplete there. Looked like he caught it on the left sideline. But that's really a mistake that Overton has been making a lot this game, putting passes right on the money, just unable to come up with the catch. Back to pass, shotgun formation. He's looking up. Again, a lob throw to the outside. Jordan Batts in coverage. But that is going to be a catch on the right sideline. 32-yard line here for the Wolverines. Batts just got a little bit behind him, and the great throw by Gatewood sets them up with another first down.
Yeah, that was a big play for Overton, able to move the chains up the field. Good throw by Gatewood, getting it over the defender, a really good defender of Jordan Batts, who can make some plays, get up and get the interception, but he gets it right over him, gets it to the receiver, makes a good play.
DeMorris Richmond on the catch there. As we see Bailey back up the middle, that's a good spark here for the Wolverines. He had those first 2 really good runs to start out the game in the first quarter, but since then he's been quiet. Great run there to set up second down with very short yards to go.
Cordell Bailey has been a great asset for the Overton Wolverines tonight. Had some big runs. Someone they can always fall back on when the pass game isn't effective.
And Cordell able to get outside. The defense was in the backfield behind the line of scrimmage, but the elusiveness of Bailey is able to get into Tiger territory past the 40-yard line. Looks like they are being resurrected right now by the running ability of Cordell Bailey.
Yeah, like I just said, Cordell Bailey is keeping this offensive alive right now. Able to make some big plays, getting Overton up the field in great position.
Yeah, they are inside Tiger territory, as I mentioned. Looking to set up shop is Gatewood. Again, why not? But this is not going to be Cordell Bailey. That's going to be another running back. Can't see his number from this angle. But either way, that was a solid run there, showing off their running back depth. That's going to be number 22, Jamarion Smith. Another one of these short running backs standing at 5'6".
Smith uses speed to get up the middle. Made Arlington pay for that.
Wow, what a tackle there. That's going to be brought down in the backfield, setting up 3rd down and 3. Great defense there from Grant Roberson, able to get in the backfield rather quickly. Missed block there on the left side, allowing him to get back there.
Great job by Arlington and great job by Roberson for adapting on that from the last play, not letting him do the same thing twice. And that's something Arlington's done very well this game, is they read the offense, they make the correction, and they get the stop.
3rd down and short here. This is a must-get for Overton. He looks to throw up the middle. That's going to be incomplete. Great coverage there. Dermot Greene, again, showing why he deserves to be in the starting lineup. Great coverage there. Incomplete to Mario Johnson, the guy that went down earlier in this game. But now he is back, and he had his hands on that ball, but the coverage by Greene was able to break it up.
Yeah, Greene's a guy who's worked his way up the depth chart all season. He's had a great week of practice. He's been making very good plays in the game when he's in the game for Arlington.
Another 4th down here for Overton. This is most likely the biggest play of the game so far. Same formation here. 2 wide receivers set outside. Motion left. They hand it off. And that's going to be Rip Pittman there, stopping him before he gets the conversion. Great defense there by the junior. The past couple games, Pittman has shown why he deserves to be here, even though he is younger than most of the rest of this defense.
Yeah, Rip Pittman is a guy who came out in the Bartlett game, had 6.5 tackles. That was huge. Even though Arlington did not come out on top that game, Rip Pittman was definitely a key player for that defense. He definitely had some big stops that game.
And Pittman is showing why he belongs. Another one of those things in last week's Bartlett game. It was most likely, I mean, the only word for it is a slaughter, but still, the shining stars are showing out in this game against the Wolverines. Gabriel Torres gets involved. They listen to us. Looks like there's a holding penalty, though. Looks to get outside, but solid coverage there. They read it well, playing that zone defense. That's going to be number 10, Stephen Benson, on the tackle. Great awareness there to settle. That looked like a adjustment that they made at halftime, looking to play that zone coverage in order to stop the outside throws there to Gabriel Torres.
Even though this play is getting called back, Torres did a great job of getting the outside. Arlington needs to do a little bit better job of giving Gabriel a little bit more space to read the defense, because when he reads the defense, he makes the defense pay. He finds the gaps, gets through them, and he gets those touchdowns.
For sure. And they are going to have a long 1st down and 20. Evan Ola in the game at the running back spot. He gets it, and he is brought down quickly by this Wolverines defense. And I mean, the offense for the Wolverines has been lackluster, but when you look at this defense, they're holding Arlington to very little yardage other than those first 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, even though Arlington came out early, got 2 quick touchdowns, this game has been a game of defenses. Overton's and Arlington's has been making stops for the 2nd and 3rd quarter.
And to be honest, I think the play calling has been solid by Coach Miller and Coach Lloyd, but poor execution and great defense by the Wolverines is why it's not really paying off at the moment.
It really has been. Both defenses reading the offensive fantastically.
They're going to rush 5. Whoa, what was that? Throwing it down the middle. Gabriel Torres breaks free. He's got track runner speed, and he's going to be brought down at the 33. What a break there for the Wolverines as Torres got outside. Looked like he was going to go the distance. Looks like they might call a horse collar on this play, so this play is going to move even farther down the field. Man, what a play by Torres. He is definitely the key player so far in this game. When they get him in space and show off his speed, he has been showing out in fantastic ways.
It really is. That play was so confusing watching. It looked like it was a fake handoff, and then Torres came right behind the line, and Grant pitched it to him. Not even a handoff, a pitch. And then Torres found the space, and he made it up the field.
Refs a little confused themselves. Looked like they called it a horse collar, but decided that he got all jersey. That was totally a judgment call there. Refs a little bit behind the play because of Torres' speed. I mean, who can blame him? Gave him a little bit of a distorted view on that tackle. Another flag. What in the world is happening? That's going to be on the backside. But he's going to call a false start from 20 yards off the play. What is happening right now? This is weird. Okay, my bad. That's going to be an offside. The ref originally gave the signal of a false start, and then they gave the 5 yards to the Tigers. I mean, I don't know what's going on here. The flags have been rampant in this game.
Both teams are penalties left and right. Sea of yellow, as I would say.
Evan Ola in motion in the backfield. He's going to hand it off, roll right. He had an opportunity to stiff arm, but instead, 2 Wolverines are in the backfield rather quickly. Again, Mario Johnson showing off on both sides, but the one on the tackle there was Karan Connor. He is a big guy, 6'2", 280. I mean, big size, big frame, and he showed that there, tackling the rather very aggressive running back in Evan Ola.
Yeah, Ola's not an easy guy to take down, but he used his size to get through the offensive line right there and tackle Ola.
For sure, and again, a negative yardage play there for the Tigers. Other than these big plays that they're ripping off, these little short yardage plays haven't worked very well. Buchanan, design run, takes it himself, gets to the outside. Good block there by Torres as Buchanan breaks free. That's going to be a touchdown. Late hit there. That's going to be a flag. Great run there by Buchanan, showing off his dual threat quarterback ability, and that is a momentum builder there for Buchanan. Most have said that his struggles have been the reason why these Tigers have lost these 2 games, but Grant proving them wrong there, running to the outside to the left, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Tigers.
Yeah, Grant did a great job dropping back into the pocket. The offensive line was getting pushed back. He saw the gap. He took the gap. He went through the outside, dodged the defense. There was some great blocking by Arlington, and he got that touchdown. That's what they need. Grant Buchanan stepping up for that touchdown.
That's going to set up 19-0 here. If you're a Tiger fan, you've got to hope that they don't botch this extra point, because if Overton were to get some momentum and come out of nowhere, those 1 or 2 points is really going to matter when you come down to it. Looked like an offsides. The ref didn't call anything. They're probably tired of throwing that flag.
Yeah,
but that's going to be good for Ford.
Looks like they went a half second before the ball was even snapped. A great job by keeping him back, though. Able to get that extra point.
I mean, at least it's been consistent, though. That's the thing with this Arlington-Overton game. There have been a lot of flags on the field, but it's been even for both sides. They're showing that they're not going to let anything go, but that one there was a little confusing. The Overton defender practically jumping over the line before the ball was snapped.
Yeah. Arlington did a great job that drive, showing what they're really made of. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. They found Torres, got Torres up the field. They used Grant's quickness as a quarterback and got the touchdown.
And this student section for the Tigers has filled out, now reaching the top. Arlington showing out in the Dress to Impress theme before the homecoming dance tomorrow. Some Tiger fans really looking forward to that one, as this penalty puts this kick at the 45-yard line. And if I'm the Tigers here, I'm squib kicking this one, getting solid field position and coming at them full speed in order to limit them from getting to the 25-yard line off the touchback. That was a really detailed explanation, but we'll see what they do here. They do listen to me. They squib it, but they decide to return it anyways. And it looks like he's going to be brought down around the 20, so similar play that it would have been to a touchback. And this Arlington defense is going to come out here. They've not operated well when Overton has space. So we'll see what happens here. Let's see if Arlington has made some adjustments.
Hopefully Arlington's defense can read Overton like they have been most of the game, not letting them make any more big plays.
For sure, and we've got college football this week, Luke. Might as well talk about it as we've got a first down in 20 at the 20-yard line. What do you think of the BYU Baylor game this weekend? What's your thoughts?
This game's going to be huge. BYU's had some losses in their receiving core, but they're looking to come back this season after losing to Baylor last season.
Yeah, there you go. That's going to be a high-profile game, just like this one here. That's going to be Grant Roberson in the backfield yet again. What a tackle there. He is showing how powerful he can be when he rushes the passer. If I'm the Tigers, why not rush him every time? I mean, the dynamic ability of him being able to dodge these linemen has really affected this defense.
Yeah, Grant Roberson is a big guy. He gets through that offensive line, finds the quarterback, gets the sack.
Gatewood back to pass. Ethan Smith comes out of nowhere. how did he break that tackle? But instead, it's going to be Jordan Batts, Commercial Appeal's top player to watch this season, primarily on the offensive end, but he is showing his dynamic ability on the defense as well. Batts able to get in the backfield, hyped up himself, but he's limping a little bit. Looks like he'll walk it off.
Ethan Smith, even before Jordan Batts tackled, Ethan Smith put pressure on the QB, made him roll out to the outside where Jordan Batts was just waiting for him. And Jordan Batts was able to wrap him up perfectly and finish him off.
Batts limping, that's something to watch. But either way, this past week was invited to an on-campus visit at Middle Tennessee State University. Obviously, teams are seeing the dynamic ability on both sides that he has. Good to see him showing out here in the backfield on that play.
Batts is a really athletic player, really dynamic, great defensive player.
Rush 3, drop 8 for Gatewood. He lobs one up there. That's going to be picked off by who else but Dermot Greene, returning it for the pick 6. Dermot Greene, recent football addition to this team, gets the first pick 6 of the season. Everybody is hyped. They might throw a flag here because of the excessive celebration. More than 20 guys on the field at one time, but either way, Greene with the impressive play there.
Like I said earlier, Dermot Greene is a guy who's worked his butt off all season. He's been making big plays, and like you just saw right there, it's showing off.
And I apologize along with Luke. We thought this game was going to be close, but Arlington proving us wrong here. Coming back from that Panthers matchup last week and showing that they've got more to prove. On this rate, they're looking to go 500, 2-2, but Overton is really struggling right now.
Yeah, this is something that we love to see, getting proved wrong, even though we've been proved wrong in the past. But this is huge. This is huge. If we didn't keep Overton off the board, it shows what we're really made of. Overton's a team with who's 2-1. They're above 500, and to pull off a win against them, they're ranked higher than us in the state. That'll just show that how Arlington, that we deserve to be ranked over them, and we deserve to go up in the rankings, and that we're a team to be reckoned with.
Absolutely, and honestly, that shows how good the teams in this region are. I mean, Bartlett, Germantown, Houston, Collierville, Whitehaven, White Station, Cordova, like all these teams in our region are solid teams. Like we are going up against, the Arlington Tigers are going up against solid opponents. So to be able to show your prowess against a team like this coming from a lesser region is really, really promising as we go into next week.
Yeah, that is a huge thing. We are a very strong district in football. Last week against Bartlett, we did get beat by quite a margin, but today our defense is stepping up, something they couldn't do against Bartlett, and they let Bartlett trample over them, but they're really stepping up this time, and let's see when we have our next district matchup if we can really stop a high-power offense.
White Station next week is the matchup, one of the lower teams in the region, as that's a touchback. And although we're really hyping up the Tigers right now, you can never count out anybody. My Atlanta Falcons blew a 28-3 in the Super Bowl, so I have a little bit of anxiety whenever a team is up in the high 20s. So we'll see what happens here, but Arlington, the way they're playing right now, looks like they're going to hold it together.
Yeah, as long as they keep Overton from making big plays, keeping Overton's quarterback from getting the ball up the field, and also keeping the running back from getting space.
And here comes back Gatewood, the talented quarterback, Quatavius Gatewood. Again, 6'2", 175, big frame. And here's a weird lineup here, bringing out both short running backs. He got leveled there, but Cordell Bailey's going to take it out. Going to set up 2nd and 1. And it seems like every time Arlington gets in the backfield on a rushing play with Cordell, he's going to go ahead and run it all the way. I mean, he is very elusive in that backfield, showing off that even though he is short and has honestly not a great frame when you're playing high school football, he's showing it off right now.
Yeah, he uses speed and quickness just to get right up the middle, carve through the defense.
That's going to be a handoff to Bailey again. Why not? Man, again, he's just getting rattled right now, but still getting good field position. As that's going to be a fumble. Do the Tigers have it is the question.
It looks like they did pick it up, but let's see.
And they're celebrating right now, a turnover there for the Overton Wolverines. Bailey, we were talking high about him, but the fatigue showing off there is that is going to be a fumble, setting up shop for Arlington with great field position. Man, Arlington is showing why they are a team to be reckoned with right now.
Yeah, they are definitely. Overton looks like they're hanging their heads a little low and this is not good for them. They're laying down, and that's really showing right now. You can see some of the guys frustrated, looking towards the sideline. But let's see if Arlington can convert on this turnover.
Got to shout out Walker Funk right now, the only one on defense that is staying in the game. He was standing by his lonesome for a good 30 seconds. That must have been sad. But either way, Tigers aren't sad right now as they set up shop at the 35. They're going deep, and why not? But Grant Buchanan gets rattled there. The pocket collapsed on him. That's going to be dropped back at the 38-yard line. Grant was unable to get outside, but he didn't really have much of an option as the pocket collapsed very quickly on him.
Yeah, you see that a lot. When the pocket collapses quickly on Buchanan, he has trouble finding the outside and rolling there. He's done a great job this game, though, even though when the pocket collapses, he finds the gap and gets through it, and he makes a little run for it. Unable to do that on that play.
Drew Benjamin on the outside, Gabriel Torres in the slot. They've liked this look so far. Typically they rush, though. What in the world just happened? That's going to be number 32, Jayden Brown, the junior. He just ran right through the line. He is obviously frustrated at this deficit. Overton, on average, gives up 27 points a game, and this is right at their average, but it looks like he had a reason to run. That's going to be a false start there for the Tigers. That's going to be 2nd down and 20. I mean, these penalties are crazy.
Yeah, big losses for both teams, but it looks like Overton has had a lot more penalties than Arlington the second half, and it's really killing them, as you can see.
And here they go, 3 wide receiver set. Same set, except they move Gabriel to the other side. Handoff to Jackson Hare on the option play. He's going to get through everybody. Be tackled by his fellow number 22, Jamarion Smith there. But before he got tackled, he carried Smith all the way back to the line of scrimmage. And they're going to talk it over here. 3rd down and 10. Typically they elect to pass in this position. We'll see what happens here, but they line up. 8 guys on the line of scrimmage. Benjamin in motion. They're going to do the shovel pass again, and why not? Torres had some space there, but was wrapped up. It's going to be 4th and 4, and if you're in this position, do you give your kicker a little bit of spotlight or do you go for it? I don't know. Looks like they might go for it.
Torres unable to find any gaps. He usually does a great job of finding the outside, but he was unable right there. He tried to go up the middle. But that's just something a guy with his size really can't do. There's a lot of big guys on the inside. He really needs to find the outside, just speed and quickness.
Yeah, for sure. That's what you do with guys in space. As we saw Calvin Austin this last year for Memphis, that was his thing. When you put him in traffic, he wasn't the best wide receiver, but if you utilize him the way he can use his strengths, man, that's a fantastic move there. But we've got 52 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. That's a timeout. We're going to go ahead and toss the break, and we'll see you on the other side. We are back, and one of these dynamic players on the offensive side has been Gabriel Torres. Our own Tiger Life reporter Garrett Owen has interviewed him, and let's see what he has to say. Just kidding, that's a fake out. We are not going to play the package as Jackson Hare fakes out a bunch of his defenders. He gets down to the 17-yard line there. Great run on 4th down. That was a crucial play there for him. He's going to get inside the red zone as the Tigers look to build this lead yet again.
A good play by Hare and Buchanan connecting to each other. Hare sees the defense, and he gets past them, and he gets the 1st down.
Buchanan here sets up first down at the 17 with a running clock here in the third quarter. Wouldn't be surprised if they tried to get him to bounce over, but that is not true. He's going to look for the fade route to Leap Trot, who cuts back, but he's going to instead throw it over the middle. That is dropped by Benjamin Buchanan. What a throw. Hit him right in the hands, and that's going to be dropped. The highlight there for the Tigers, however, Buchanan threw across his body into the end zone. What a throw there by Buchanan, as again, they are down to the end of this third quarter with one more play to run. And I know the Tiger fans are upset, but that throw by Buchanan has to be promising.
Yeah, that was a fantastic throw by Buchanan on the run. He gets to the outside like he needs to do as a smaller but faster QB. He throws across his body, gets Drew Benjamin, but Drew Benjamin was unable to catch the ball.
That looked a little bit like Josh Allen from last night in that beatdown of the Rams. Similar situation here. Gabriel Torres gets the ball. They hand it right up the middle. But again, if you hand it right up to the middle to this guy, I don't know if it's going to work out very well. Gabriel Torres, 5'5", 140, primarily known for his speed. But that's going to wrap up the third quarter. Everybody holding up the fours. We got the fourth quarter left, and we'll see you on the other side.
Arlington High School. As one of the premier high schools in the state of Tennessee, Arlington High School is proud to be a place for everyone. Whether it be an academic focus with more than 60 honors, AP, and dual enrollment courses, an exploration into the outstanding career and technology programs, becoming a playmaker in a top competitive sports program, or excelling in the second-to-none PAVE Fine Arts Academy. Learn more about Arlington High School at www.acsk-12.org.
Welcome back to Arlington, Tennessee. Friday Night Lights here at Arlington High School. Arlington High School, if you're just joining us, is up 27-0 on the Overton Wolverines. Overton coming in 2-1, ranked higher than Arlington in the state of Tennessee according to Max Preps. But Arlington showing that they've got more to prove tonight. As Buchanan drops back to pass, he's throwing the fade route to Torres in the back end zone. That is caught. What a dime there by Buchanan, putting the score up 33-0 here. Buchanan is celebrating like crazy, and he should. What a dime there by Greer.
With passing the ball, he's struggling with last game. He's making huge plays, connecting.
And this is the benefit of giving him time. In the last game, Buchanan had some solid throws that made you go, oh wow, that was good. But the protection of the offensive line just did not allow him a lot of the time to be able to have as much time to throw and settle into what he wants to be as a quarterback. And you see here, once you give him time, he can place throws right when you need to.
Exactly. We saw it earlier in the third quarter where he connected by Drew. But we saw Buchanan can make some tough throws. Run across his body. That is something that not a lot of quarterbacks can do at an effective range. We saw that
Buchanan showing why he belongs here. And any doubters of Buchanan, you might as well shut your mouth because he is showing why he deserves to be here. Gabriel Torres again, his third touchdown of the night. I mean, primarily a track guy, but you've got to count him as a football guy nowadays because he has showed out these past two games why he is a force to be reckoned with on always.
Yeah, Gabriel is just so fast. If you give him space, he's gone. And defenses has had trouble stopping him.
The Wolverines look defeated right now But they look to change that as they're going to return this ball. He just did not get off to a great foot there. But either way, makes it to the 27-yard line. To be honest with you, they look defeated. They look tired. They just look like they're already out of this game. And rightfully so, as Arlington is up almost 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that Overton's probably not coming back in this game as long as Arlington's defense stays on top, stays what they're supposed to be doing, keeps reading the offense, and keeps making the big plays that they're doing.
And these veteran guys on this defense have really showed out tonight, especially in the absence of Brady Garlock. Had a concussion. That is why he is not on the field tonight, and that is why McNeil and Greene are starting. But you've got to consider what to do when Brady comes back. Obviously, Garlock is our most talented secondary player, but you've got to give Greene some props and give this guy some props. This defensive line is showing out as Carter Wood yet again is showing out why he is a force to be reckoned with on that defensive line. The 3-man front had some question marks when we didn't have very many sacks, the Tigers rather, in that MUS Owls game, but they are showing here why this can work.
Yeah, Carter Wood gets right through the offensive line, explodes right in that quarterback, and gets a tackle.
And you've got to wonder here when they're going to pump the brakes on these starters, but right now they're looking to assert their will here. That's going to be number 7, running pretty much even with the offensive line. That's going to be Damaris Richmond there, 5'7", 150. And really the frame on all of these players on this Overton team are all around the board. You've got linemen that are over 6 feet tall, over 250 pounds, but then you've also got these impact guys that are under 5'8" and under 150. I mean, Overton's got everybody across the board.
Yeah, Overton has a wide variety of guys that can make different plays. They have some fast guys, they have some big guys, and unfortunately they haven't made any big touchdowns this game.
They've had the opportunity, but have not been able to capitalize in the red zone. Gatewood looking to lead them back, though, on 3rd down. He's getting outside. Another lob play. Rip Pittman in coverage. It's in his hands. Wouldn't have mattered as his feet landed out of bounds. Gatewood seems to be on target, but again, he's really leaving it up to these receivers to make a play. That was highway to the danger zone on that throw. That could have easily been picked off.
Yeah, Quatavius Gatewood does a great job of getting it to his receivers, but leaves it up to them. His receivers don't do a very good job of beating the coverage. If they could beat the coverage sometimes, then Quatavius would definitely capitalize on that, and Overton would find the end zone.
Again, though, that's the benefit of having a 3-man front. If you can survive with multiple linebackers, then why not drop 8, right? The coverage has been great because of it. As this ball, again, is going to be down to the 45. Looks like Grant Buchanan will come back out. Potentially. Might even be Drew Benjamin here. Yeah, it looks like Grant's got the helmet off. Benjamin is going to be taking the helm under center. The guy who we've seen have 3 catches for over 20 yards coming in. So let's see what he can do as the quarterback.
Yeah, we've seen Benjamin has had some great flashes being a receiver in this game. Let's see what he can do as a quarterback.
And if he does well, why not put in the 3rd-string Jackson Lions, see what he can do. We've got a bright future here for the Tigers, seeing Rip Pittman play well, but also we've got promising quarterback play in the future.
We do. Jackson hasn't had too many touches this season, but as a sophomore QB, you can't expect too much, but he's a guy that could come in and potentially make plays.
Yeah, if there was any question marks on this Arlington offense, they've been settled here tonight with the play of Buchanan. As Kyla Spears, haven't seen much of him tonight, but he is down at the 48-yard line. Solid run there, being touched at the line of scrimmage, yet able to carry that pile of 5 yards up the line.
Arlington has looked very comfortable on offense tonight. Besides, not including the fact of their flags, they have found their receivers. They've been getting it to the running backs, giving them space, and they've been getting up the field very nicely.
The flags have really been Arlington's biggest enemy. If you take away all those, obviously a perfect game is not likely for any team. But if you take away those penalties, I mean, this is practically a perfect game for Arlington, as that is a perfect catch for Leap Trot there. He played quarterback for JV last season, stepping in at wide receiver here for the Tigers. He's going to set up a 1st down. He's got a big frame as a wideout.
Yeah, Leap Trot's a small guy. He used his height right there as an advantage. Caught the ball above his receiver. Held on to it very nicely. Leaptrot 6 foot, 170. He used that nice frame to be able to just outpower and outmaneuver his defender.
I mean, we're seeing everybody on this offense get involved today. Kyla Spears take it left. Great blocking downfield. Marcel Mills especially blocking at the 30-yard line, making a powerful hit is Kyla Spears, who needs to get all the credit on that play. Makes it down to the 30-yard line. Again, these three running backs in Hare, Spears, and Ola all have been able to have solid nights.
Yeah, this is what we love to see. Running backs being able to control the game, get to the outside, get to the middle, depending on their strengths, and they've been capitalizing it all game.
The Tigers' time of possession has been way higher than the Overton Wolverines, able to control the pace. From what we're used to from the Tigers, if we're being honest, is short possessions that typically end bad. But to see this, to see what they are doing right now, taking their time, slowly dissecting the defense, that is definitely promising for Coach Tommy Miller.
Yeah, last week the Panthers had 442 all-purpose yards to Arlington's 167. I think this is a completely different game for Arlington. I think they've tripled, maybe even quadrupled their yards from last week, and their defense has not let as many yards go up on the board this game.
Overton averaging 17 points on the season, but so far they're at 0. Let's see if they can get on the board at some point and replicate what they do against their other teams in 6A. Back to pass for Benjamin. He looks out to Leaptrot. Great cut on the outside. That was played perfectly. That should be a late hit. Refs are kind of fed up themselves. That's going to be a no call there, but either way, Leaptrot gets down to the 12-yard line. 2 back-to-back catches in a row by solid cuts to get to the outside sideline.
Yeah, Benjamin did a great job of transitioning to the outside, was patient, and he found Leaptrot for the game.
Good to see Leaptrot succeed, especially. He's been a guy that's been kind of shaky here on this football team. A junior last year, but played primarily JV. To see him come out and succeed at a completely different position than he played last year, you've got a really raw, athletic guy. That's going to be Spears. He's in for the score. His first of the year. Good to see Kyla Spears get in the end zone as this domination continues. 40-0 for the Tigers here. They're showing on all facets of this game that they're going to go out of here with a win.
Spears did a great job this drive. He had probably about 4 big runs this drive. Moved the chains for Arlington. Then Drew Benjamin came in, got some receiving, and then Kylan finished it off.
Overton just looking defeated right now. They look like they don't even want to be here. This playoff-like atmosphere that Coach was talking about coming into the game is definitely paying off. I mean, when you look at both of these sides here, Arlington has exponentially more fans than Overton does, but either way, the talent is prevailing here for the Tigers.
Overton does look very defeated. You can see on their sideline, guys just sitting down on the bench with their heads down. Something you hate to see. You can't blame them, honestly, getting beat this bad.
Last year's game went something similar like this in the second half at least. Overton keeping it close in the first half, but Overton was demolished in that second half last season, to put it nicely, ending that game 38-12, and now they're down 41-0. This is not ideal by any means for the Wolverines. Let's see if Arlington decides to put in their bench. Let's see what happens. Number 11 is back to receive yet again. That's going to be Gary Greer, promising sophomore. He's been a shining light even in the midst of this beatdown as he is going to return. Take it outside. Greer, wow, he put number 41 for Arlington. That's going to be Brandon Moore. He put him on the ground as he was able to bust out to the 30-yard line for that run. That was a solid moment for the Wolverines.
Yeah, Overton has had some very solid runs, big plays, but they've never been able to convert it and get up on the scoreboard, as you can see. But maybe they can late in the game.
Warning clock is in effect here as we go down to what would be a 2-minute warning here. But let's see if Overton has anything else to play for. Let's see if they can get down and even score. Xavier is back to pass. They're just going to hand it off to Cordell Bailey. Again, that's not going to be Cordell Bailey, but either way, this guy's out to a big run, putting Dermot Greene on skates. He's going to go all the way down the field, getting into good field position. Similar name. He played like Cordell Patterson on that play. Gets down inside the 5. That's going to be number 16, Bryson Mathis, the freshman. That's crazy. Listed as a QB on the depth chart, but either way, he was a running back on that play, getting inside the 10.
Yeah, Overton has a bright future with some solid young players, as we can see this game. Somebody listed as a QB making that huge play, someone who hasn't had a touch all game like that.
Solid run there for the Wolverines. Let's see if they can capitalize off it with the running clock. They're going to give it back to him, and why not with that amazing run? Let the freshman get on the board. They're going to call that a touchdown. Congrats to the Wolverines. They get on the board. That is a sigh of relief there for the coach. That coach being head coach Preston Harris. At least you got a little bit of momentum at the end of the game with that touchdown as they come in all the way from Midtown, and at least they got some points on the board.
Yeah, it's a great thing to see for Overton as it finally got on the board. Not like the scoreboard shows. Overton's been a lot closer than you think in this game. Overton's had some big plays. They've had almost touchdowns, but they've never been able to capitalize. It's just been a lot of flags and a lot of turnovers setting them back.
And this two-point conversion is likely going to be the last play of the game as they get it to Gary Greer outside. He's going to try his best to get in, but he is no good there. Running clock is in effect, so that's going to be the end of the game. Arlington prevailing on homecoming over the Overton Wolverines 41-6. That is a huge momentum builder for the Tigers as they get there.
Yeah, we love to see that the Arlington Tigers were able to get a homecoming win unlike last season. This year they really showed what they were made of, had great offensive play. Their defense really showed out, had some stops, kept them off the board until the last seconds of the fourth quarter.
41-6. Arlington comes out on top. Good sportsmanship here. Each team shaking hands. And valiant effort here for Preston Harris and his team. This is something that he talked about in the coach's interview. We were unfortunately not able to play. But he talked about family and wins, losses, setbacks, and good outcomes. You've got to be a family. You've got to be a brotherhood. So for the Wolverines, that is definitely what they want to establish. But for this Tigers team, this establishes momentum as they go into White Station next week. They need to get a W there, put them over 500. That would be massive momentum as they get into regional play.
Yeah, that's something the Arlington Tigers need right before they get into regional play. Is another big win, another more momentum boost, and that's something they need, especially to get good playoff position.
Well, that's a wrap here from Arlington High School under the Friday Night Lights. I am Jake Stoop alongside Luke McBride. Thank you for joining us today. Arlington comes out with the big win as they head into White Station next week.
So she'll come to us next.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're done filming.
table?
Yeah, pretty much. Fuck, this is high. Okay.
That's
Yeah, this is as far as I'm gonna go.
I don't know where any of this goes. Bro, neither do I.
You want to stay there? Yes. Alright. So, which camera do you take?
Take. Just give it. Just give us some free time.
To close off the cables. As far as I'm gonna go. Sorry about that.
You're good. Thanks. We're gonna need.
How many? There's 4 up here, right? How many cameras?
I think there's about 4 cables.
Yeah, there's like the.
So give us 4 pieces of tape.
Are you gonna need? What did someone already have plastic on them?
One already has plastic on them.
Only one? They're gonna need a lot more than this for. What? You need like 2 each. I was supposed to be gone 30 minutes ago.
Oh yeah, no, we never actually leave on time.
That was great.